Chapter 1. Adi Lautman. The Adi Lautman Interdisciplinary Program for Outstanding Students is a Tel Aviv University program for fostering excellence, leading to a master's degree. Only 15 students are admitted to the program every year. The highly competitive selection is based on applicants' scores in the Israeli Standardized Matriculation and Psychometric exams, as well as a short essay, a personal interview, and a concourse examination. The students participating in the program have shown outstanding intellectual potential and are motivated and capable of hard work and independent thinking. The program was established in 1985 by Professor Yehuda Elkanah to enable exceptionally gifted students to explore and conduct interdisciplinary research. Professor Elkanah led the program for 9 years until 1994. In 1995, the program was renamed after the late Adi Lautman, an alumni of the program and the son of Israeli industrialist and businessman Dov Lautman. The current head of the program is Professor Liad Mudrik, an alumna of the program. According to Nama Friedman, a former head of the program, quote, "The world is going toward questions and research that simply cannot be done from within only one discipline. Today, big questions can be answered either by collaborations between researchers from various disciplines or by a researcher who has strong bases in several disciplines. Either you can work together or you yourself should be interdisciplinary." End quote. On January 2, 1985, Rabbi Herbert A. Friedman sent the following correspondence to Professor Yehuda Elkanah at Tel Aviv University. Dear Yehuda, I have been meaning for some months to write this letter, but the pressure of daily work has prevented it. Today, as the result of a solemn New Year resolution, plus a bad back which has kept me at home, I am setting pen to paper. You may recall I once spoke to you about my idea of an international secondary boarding school on the level of Andover and Exeter in the U.S., and Eton and Winchester in the UK. I have always believed in the value of and the necessity for creating such an institution, which would admit only the most qualified, teach them in small groups via a tutorial system, build a curriculum to include a full spectrum of Jewish studies, as well as universal civilization, to inculcate standards of public duty and responsibility to society, to shape character and values, work the students very hard in academics and athletics, and infiltrate them into the ranks of leadership in both the public and private sectors. I tried very hard to create such a school in Israel and almost succeeded. The failure was due only to lack of money, no other reason. And the idea still lies in the forefront of my agenda. Meanwhile, a shift in emphasis has occurred, which moves the project from the secondary school level to the graduate school level. My concepts are a bit organizational. I think of a school as part of one faculty with a totally interdisciplinary approach. The School for Public Leadership and Administration, my working title, would be part of the Faculty of Social Sciences and giving the idea a home base. From this base, one takes the students through all relevant faculties and disciplines. Section entitled Leslie Wexner. I have been conducting a conversation for many months with a very unusual person, a young businessman aged 46 who has built a national chain of women's clothing stores, approximately 1,500, through his own genius. The average value of his stock is $25 to $30, and he owns 22 million shares. He is a caring Jew, deeply interested in the fate of the Jewish people, its communal institutions, and of course Israel. He is very generous. He contributes approximately $1 million every year to the Federation of the UJA, plus assorted money to many other Jewish causes and general civic projects. Our conversations range over many subjects, for he is seeking to find a definition, a focus on which to concentrate his efforts. I revert always to the seminal issue of leadership, by stressing my belief that the root cause of failure in whatever field we are discussing, whether Jewish educational systems, religion, Israel's economics and politics, Western migration to Israel, etc., is always due to a lack of leaders who possess the necessary characteristics of conviction, strength, personal character, and ideology which can achieve solutions. After speaking to various personalities of intellectual standing, both in Israel and the United States during the past year, Wexner has returned to me with the statement that I might be right, and the most important issue of all may truly be leadership. He is not convinced that one can educate leaders, for he feels they must be born with the qualities, but he is willing to look further into the concept of training highly selected individuals. I have asked him to allocate $10 million toward the founding of a school for public leadership, part for building and part for endowment, at Tel Aviv University, and to name it after himself. He seems uncomfortable with that thought, but brightened at the suggestion that it might be called the Ebon School. He has made no commitment, nor has he refused. We are talking now about the possibility of his coming to Israel in March or April, and a few other financially capable persons, to join him for a deep and serious discussion of the whole idea. What is needed is a paper or proposal to put before Wexner, so he will sense that others beside myself feel the idea is absolutely basic, and have given thought as to how to shape it. He now knows that many favor it. I would like to suggest that you, Yehuda, write up your ideas, and that Asaf Razin be asked to contribute his. Thus, 3 papers, by Elkanah, Razin, and Block, can be given to Wexner, in addition to the verbal discussions, as food for thought before he makes his trip. I will accompany him. If Block is not up for traveling, I will bring Wexner to him in New York. Razin is due in New York at the end of January, and I will update him. But meanwhile, please share this letter with him. Section on Bert Cohn. Bert Cohn is a new find. He has pledged to establish a chair, isn't sure to what field, but has spoken to Henry Block about it, and Henry has solicited your help. Mr. Cohn wants to be sure that the incumbent of his chair to be a person who will affect large numbers of students. I have described to him the charismatic nature of your personality. I do not know the extent of your relationship to undergraduates. If Cohn can be persuaded to endow the chair of which you would be the incumbent, and if you take a key role in shaping the school for leadership, then Cohn will be drawn into the orbit of that school, and he would be helpful in the planning process, for he is very bright, as well as being a source of potential future financial support from others. Cohn is a graduate of Harvard, and knows that I see in the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard many programs which I think we could emulate with profit. Section on Ed Morse. Ed Morse is a young, personable protege of Henry, a Ph.D., who has taught at the Woodrow Wilson School at Princeton. I have met him, and am impressed. We will continue to meet. He is an asset that can be drawn into the planning process. So in summary, number 1, Dr. Mani first proposed to me a school like the ENA in Paris. Number 2, Henry Block and I discussed in depth and have gone beyond ENA. Number 3, there is a potential large donor. Number 4, the planning must now grow more specific. Number 5, memoranda must be prepared. Number 6, a meeting should be convened when Wexner comes to Israel, to include the following: Mani, Elkanah, Razin, Block, Friedman, and any other potential donors such as Gerald Ronson of London. I told you it would be a long letter, but we are talking about something absolutely critical. Please let me know your reaction. Sincerely, Herbert A. Friedman.